He was a rebel, a rock star, a rule breaker. But behind the flashy clothes and electric hair, Andre Agassi was a prisoner of the court of expectation of himself. He didn't just hate losing, he hated tennis. And yet, he became one of the greatest to ever touch a racket. This is not the story of a flawless champion. This is the story of survival, rebellion, and finally, freedom. ACT 1. Built, not born. Andre Agassi's journey began in Las Vegas, but it was never a gamble. From the beginning, it was engineered. His father, Mike Agassi, an ex-Olympic boxer from Iran, was determined to create a champion. Not just any champion, a machine. Mike built a ball-launching contraption in their backyard, nicknamed the Dragon. It fired balls at his son 5 hours a day. Andre would hit thousands, not for fun, but for fear. "My father says it's not practice, it's punishment," Andre would later write. At just 7 years old, he was already training like a pro. By 13, he was sent away to the Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy, a brutal, high-pressure factory for future stars. Andre rebelled. He skipped class, dyed his hair, wore earrings, but his natural talent was so undeniable that Bollettieri let him stay for free. By 16, he turned professional. By 18, he was world famous. He didn't chase the spotlight chased him. ACT 2, the mask of a star. In the late 1980s and early 90s, Agassi exploded, not just as a tennis player, but as a marketing dream. With his rebellious image, neon shirts, and long, wild hair, he became the poster boy for Nike, redefining what a tennis star looked like. But underneath the confidence, Andre was drowning. He never loved tennis. In fact, he hated it. He felt like he was living someone else's dream, his father's dream. "I hate tennis," he wrote in Open. "I hate it with all my heart." Despite the internal conflict, he climbed the rankings, he dazzled crowds, but something was missing. In 1990, he reached his first Grand Slam final at the French Open. He lost. Then he lost 2 more finals. Critics branded him a showman, not a champion. A stylist, not a winner. Then came 1992 Wimbledon, the most prestigious tournament in the world, the temple of tennis tradition. And Agassi the Rebel won it all. He proved he belonged. But validation didn't silence the chaos inside. ACT 3. Losing control. Success didn't bring peace. It brought pressure. Andre's personal life spiraled. He became addicted to crystal meth, a secret he hid from the world. In 1997, his life bottomed out. His ranking fell to number 141. His marriage to actress Brooke Shields was crumbling, and his identity was shattered. The moment that defined this dark chapter came when he failed a drug test. Terrified, he wrote a letter to the ATP, lying about the situation, blaming a spiked drink. They bought it. He got off, but the guilt haunted him. He considered quitting, disappearing, ending it. But instead, he made a decision to face the truth. ACT 4, the comeback that mattered. Agassi started from scratch. Literally. He re-entered the ATP through challenger-level tournaments, the minor leagues of tennis. The once glamorous star, now traveled coach, carried his own bags and fought for relevance. But with that humility came freedom. He began to choose tennis, not as a curse, but as a way forward. He teamed up with coach Brad Gilbert, who helped him change his game. Smarter, more patient, less risky. He worked on his fitness, rebuilt his confidence. Then came the rebirth. In 1999, he won the French Open, completing the career Grand Slam, something only a few men in history had achieved. He followed with another US Open title. He rose back to world number 1 at the age of 29, an age when most players were declining. This second act wasn't just impressive, it was unprecedented. Off the court, Agassi found stability in love. He began dating Steffi Graf, herself a tennis legend. They married and built a life rooted in mutual understanding and peace. ACT 5, the player becomes the man. Agassi's final years on the court were about something greater than trophies. He won the Australian Open in 2000, 2001, and 2003, cementing his longevity. But he also began giving back. In Las Vegas, he opened the Agassi College Preparatory Academy, a charter school for underserved children. Education became his purpose. He had grown up hating school, feeling trapped and voiceless. Now, he wanted to give others a chance he never had. In 2006, Agassi retired after an emotional run at the US Open. In his final match, he lost, but the crowd stood for minutes, weeping and applauding. "The scoreboard said I lost today," he told them, "but what it doesn't say is what I have found." ACT 6. Open. In 2009, Agassi released his autobiography, Open. It shocked the world. He admitted the drug use, the self-hatred, the lies, the pain. But the book wasn't about scandal. It was about liberation. Critics praised it as one of the best sports autobiographies ever written, because it wasn't just about tennis, it was about what it means to be honest. About what happens when your greatest opponent isn't across the net, it's the voice inside your head. Conclusion: the game he never loved, the life he built anyway. Andre Agassi's legacy isn't just 8 Grand Slams. It isn't just an Olympic gold medal or being world #1 for 101 weeks. His legacy is truth. He taught us that greatness isn't always joy, that sometimes the fight isn't to win, but to understand yourself. That redemption isn't flashy, it's quiet and hard and earned. Agassi didn't grow up loving tennis, but he grew up through tennis. And in the end, he found something greater than trophies. He found freedom.